God bless you guys for your sacrifice. There's no words. I mean, for what happened this morning, obviously, and the opportunity to just honor. I mean, what the Blue Star are doing here in this Marine Memorial Club is just phenomenal, and it should be recreated all over this country, you know, so that families can have this kind of experience and know that they're perpetually honored, you know, every day. You know, and it's the one thing that we want, isn't it? Is that the only thing we can hold on to is that somebody doesn't forget. And so I don't know if you know about the Honor Remember organization or the flag. Hopefully, I mean, you will when you leave the room. But 10 years ago, 12 years ago, going on 13, my son was killed in Fallujah, Iraq, by a sniper. And I went through 10, well, say 10, but 2 years of just numbness, you know, of not knowing what the heck am I going to do with myself. I mean, I honestly didn't want to live myself after that moment. It was, you know, the most horrific moment that a parent could ever feel. But after about 2 years, I realized that what I wanted to see was that America would show me that they cared. How do you show all of us that you care? I mean, what do we do? What do we say? What banners do we put up? What kind of words do we use? Because we do a great job in this country remembering the veterans and remembering the wounded and you know, those that come home, those that we can touch and feel and build homes for. But we find out quickly that those that didn't make it back start to fade, don't they? And we ourselves are holding on every day to our own memories. You know, because I don't want to ever forget, you know, how my son grew up or what he said to me on his last words or any of that. But as they start to fade, you just go, oh my gosh, you know, will he become a memory to me? And so I wanted to know how America remembered. And honestly, I couldn't find very many ways that the public, you know, remembered. And we all get Memorial Day, right? But it's not Memorial Day every day for us. We don't need a day to be reminded that our loved one is gone and not coming home. So Memorial Day didn't work necessarily for me. And I found out recently that 80% of Americans don't know why Memorial Day exists. 80% of this country has no clue why we even have Memorial Day. So I knew that wasn't going to work. So 10 years ago, on Memorial Day of 2008, I thought the best way to get America to wake up, even in a small way, you know how hard it is to change the mindset of a country, was to create a symbol, like the POW MIA flag, to create a symbol so that Americans had a way to say thank you, some tangible way to show you that they appreciated that sacrifice that you gave and that your loved one gave for all of us. And so on that Memorial Day of '08, the Honor and Remember flag was established to be that national symbol. Again, we don't need a reminder, right? But the nation does need a reminder. And I said, my son came to me and said, hey Dad, I joined the Army. This was in 2003. And I said to him, his first words was, are you crazy? I said, there's a war going on. I said, you could get hurt. And he said, you know, Dad, I think I can make a difference. And off he went. I gave him a hug and I was proud of him. But you know, every parent in America who's not in this room would rather somebody else's loved one gave their life for their country rather than their own. Now, I'm not going to ask for a show of hands, but how many of you would rather somebody else's kid died for their country? Right? It's natural. Well, somebody else's kid, our kids, are dying so that all those other families don't have to send their kids. And so what is the very least that these families and all of America can do? Say thank you. And my next question is, well, how do you do it? What do? Do you put up an American flag? Do you raise, what do you do to say thank you to these families? Because you don't know who they are. They go by your house every day. Some of you may not even have known others in this room before you got here. I certainly didn't. So you don't know who they are. How do you reach out? How do you send a message? Well, my thought was with a flag. So when you see this flag flying across America, and I hope that you do, you know that it's flying for you, for your son, for your daughter, for whoever it may be in your family. It's flying for you. And that is that symbol to say thank you. It's the best that could happen. But it's more than just getting the flag flying. It's about recognizing every single individual, right? Because they're not just names, they're not statistics. They're our loved ones, right? We need to recognize them by name. And so as part of our organization, the Honor and Remember organization, and if you don't know about the flag, and if you haven't requested one, please go to I've got some brochures. You can go honorandremember.org, very simple. Request a flag, please, because we want every family, regardless of generation, in this country to have one. But today, I knew I was coming out here. I knew I had a flag that was already made for Adam. And so we connected, and I said, well, this may be the most appropriate place to do this. And so here we are. So I have this flag that's personalized. And can I get you just to hold one end of it? I'm going to read the certificate. Yeah, that'd be great. What I didn't tell you is, did you notice that it was folded in a triangle, right, before I opened it? Well, it was folded in a triangle only one time because it mirrors the American flag that was presented, right, at the memorial. So the American flag is folded in a triangle. I mean, that's the way protocol acknowledges that it should be folded. But once it's folded like that for us, it's put into a shadow box and kept that way forever, reverently and respectfully. But the Honor and Remember flag is not meant to be a memorial of death. It's meant to be a celebration of life, a thank you and an appreciation. And so we fold it one time in a triangle, and once it's open, it's never meant to be folded that way again. I mean, how many of us go into an office someplace and we see a folded American flag, right? And what do we think? Death. I mean, that's my immediate thought is somebody lost someone. But you know, the American flag is folded that way every day when it comes down off the pole. So it doesn't signify death, but to us it does. So I wanted something that signified life. This Honor and Remember flag is presented with eternal gratitude and respect in memory of Sergeant Adam Estep. With this flag, we honor this patriot's unwavering dedication and remember his selfless sacrifice. By displaying this symbol collectively as a nation, we humbly recognize the enormity of your loss and respectfully say thank you. Ken?
Thank you.
God bless you guys. We honor you with this fruit.
We can't say thank you enough, and quite frankly, many of you in this room has helped us on our journey as we help each other on this journey as we have for 14 years. We will apply this in the city of Campbell, not only at our home, but I'll work to have it in our Memorial and Veterans Day events as well to help raise recognition and make people aware. You're absolutely right. You don't know who's walking by, who's a Gold Star parent, who's not. We're lucky enough to live in a community that does say thank you. We put our banner, our hero banner, thank you, Chris, wherever you went, for that. And so we put that up, and the community does say thank you. So we're lucky to be in the time that we are versus maybe some other decade where it wasn't quite so done. And you're absolutely right. This is something that should be shared with everyone across the U.S. And I was talking with the Navy gentleman last night, and even other places where American citizens are stationed and not able to get the support. So thank you very much. This is an unexpected honor, and 14 years and we're still learning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everyone, please do make sure if you do not have one, I'm not even going to ask how many because I would be embarrassed. It's a very long waiting list. We have over 1,000 families waiting. And yet we present a flag every single day somewhere across the country. So it's an ongoing, and even as I stand here, I'm getting more requests. So it's just an ongoing, perpetual thing that we're trying to catch up to, which I know we probably never will. But thank you for the opportunity. And we're doing this run across America. Well, I have your attention. I left everybody a card. So everybody, please look at that. Got a card here. If you haven't seen this card, we're doing a run across America for every fallen service member who has given their life since October 12th, 2000. Okay, your loved one's name should be on this run somewhere in the country. Please look that up, make sure you know where they're being honored, and know that they are being honored. Starting April 7th to August 5th, we're going to end in Arlington Cemetery. We're starting in California, in Fort Irwin. We're running through to Arlington Cemetery for 4 months, so it's a really, really big deal. We need everybody to know about it and share, with everyone. So.
Hey, George, you might mention that flag has been adopted into state law in 23 states. And we've been working on California for many years.
23 states have made this the official state, their official state symbol of remembrance. I know everyone here is from California. I'm from Virginia. Virginia was the first, but we still haven't gotten California yet. So, everybody here, with Mike, I think is going to champion that.
It'll get done. Mike will do it.
Thank you, Mike. Maybe by next year.
Can we get a picture with Carrie and Ken holding it?
Yeah, they hold it. Thank you so much, Sue. You guys? I'll take that, Mike.
It's hot. It's going.
It's hot. That's all right. I'm just gonna.